Gavin led Yani up the stairs to his fourth-floor flat. If Yani thought it odd that they didn't take the lift, he didn't say. In fact, he didn't say anything at all until they got to Gavin's front door. "I didn't picture you in a flat like this." Gavin unlocked the door and pushed it open. "Did you think I had a mansion tucked away somewhere?" Yani snorted. "More like you don't seem like a city boy, which I guess you're not if you haven't been here for years." "It's not my kind of place," Gavin admitted. "But I needed somewhere fast, and it was available. And trust me, it's not the worst pit I've ever laid my head." "I didn't mean it was bad." "I know." And it wasn't. The new-built flat was light and clean and possessed everything a terminal bachelor would ever need. But Gavin couldn't deny that when circumstances allowed, he spent as little time home as possible. The door shut behind Yani. Being a new door, it closed with a quiet click, but the soft sound seemed to echo in the shadowed hallway and reverberated with Gavin's heavy pulse. The last time he'd hooked up, he'd been on a different continent, living a life that was no longer his. Do I even know how to do this shit anymore? Buying time, he dumped his keys, phone and wallet in the dish by the front door and held his hands out, gesturing at Yani's coat. Yani slipped it from his slim shoulders and handed it over. Gavin hung it up, then turned back to find Yani towing his boots off. Lacking any better ideas, Gavin did the same, and his socked feet on the cool wood floor grounded him. He sucked in a subtle breath. Yani smelled of the pub, but in a good way, of cider, cinnamon and wood smoke, a combination that took Gavin back to a place where he'd once been happy. "You're happy now, remember? And feeling lucky too. Chin up, eh?" Cool fingers touched Gavin's chin and tilted his face, forcing him to meet Yani's dark gaze. "You're a thinker," he said. "Oh yeah?" Gavin absorbed Yani's touch and the fact that he was closer than ever. "What makes you say that?" "You forget to be present." It wasn't something Gavin had ever been accused of before, and he couldn't decide if that was a good thing. Being entrenched in the past was suffocating, but at the same time, reality was hard work. "I don't mean to, it's just..." Damn, was he really about to spill his guts to a fella he'd brought home for a shag? That's some shit foreplay, mate. Then again, if he was a thinker, then Yani was a listener. Eyes wide, he waited for Gavin to continue, and somehow Gavin couldn't keep it in. "My life used to be a lot more hectic. Louder, you know. I didn't have time to think. Now it's like I can't stop." Yani nodded sagely. "Your brain is filling the silence you're not used to. Do you spend more time on your own now?" "I try. I'm not a big fan of my own company, though, so it doesn't always pan out." "That's a shame. I like your company." "You're weird." "Uh-huh. And a little bit drunk, too. Sorry if I'm being too nosy. It's just I understand what it's like to have a brain that won't shut the fuck up." It was Gavin's turn to be curious, but as Yani stepped back, it was clear the moment had passed. Yani's questioning frown faded, replaced by a smirk that heated Gavin's blood enough to stir him into action. He hooked a finger through Yani's belt loop and tugged him close again as he backed into the living room. Leaving the lights off, he pushed Yani against the wall by the window, using the glow from the city outside to guide him as he unbuckled Yani's belt, then unbuttoned his jeans.